I won't find out where you stay at, bitch. You got me fucked up. I'm sitting here going into the parking lot asking if you good. You been staring at me.
With your fake eyelash.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
Get
give
out
a
of my face, you fucking nigga.
So for the TikTok lovers right now have already seen that viral video that melanated Indian woman who was being racist to a black woman, and they were having some sort of an altercation at a parking lot, and it came to my realization that people held the black, just other races held the black people out of nothing. Because if you guys were fighting because of a parking lot, it doesn't even make sense. So there's some few videos here. I've made some compilation of people, especially black women reacting to, and a couple of Indian women too reacting to that incident of Natasha Chanda, who was having an altercation with a black woman, insulting her and calling her the N-word more than 9 times. I think I've counted like 10, like around 10 times if I'm not wrong, in around 30 seconds. That N-word, it was very hard, and calling that hard, you know, that's, it is just crazy. So guys, I'd like us to watch this compilation of videos here, but before that, kindly, if you're new in this channel, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and share this content. Right about now, let's jump straight into the video and back with further analysis.
Find out where you stay at, bitch. You got me fucked up. I'm sitting here going into the parking lot asking if you good. You been staring at me.
With your fake ass eyelash.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
Get out of my face, you fucking nigga.
Have y'all seen that viral video of this young lady by the name of Natasha Chan that is obviously trying to provoke this black woman to hit her so she can call the police and get this black woman in trouble? Y'all see how she acting? What is going on? Why are these people fucking with us? Like, why do they think that they can just fuck with us? Like, why are they fucking with us? I don't understand. She's darker than me, and she calling her the N-word with the hard ER. She got long ghetto nails. I really wonder what that is. I'm not understanding what that is. And she done really fucked up. The people got her all over the internet. They done been to her job. They done found where she work at. They done found where she live at. She'll never have no peace now. I don't even understand why she decided to do that to this black woman. She called her so many N-words with the hard ER. And the crazy part about it is she darker than the average black person. And where that word came from, them same people would call her the same thing, whether she know it or not. It's absolutely crazy. I just don't understand it. Let's talk about it, y'all.
Natasha, you knew better not to call that lady the N-word. But you doubled down, so now we finna double down. If you guys have not heard, this is Natasha Chand. And she got into an altercation with a black woman, and in that video, you hear Natasha clearly saying the N-word about 10 times. Now, in my opinion, that lady was trying to provoke that black woman so that black woman could put her hands on you. And as soon as hands got put on you, you would have definitely called the police and cried wolf. So we finna do you one a little bit better. Now, a lot of you guys are saying that Natasha works at Kaiser in Oakland, or maybe Kaiser in Pinole. After a little bit of digging, she might actually work at Bank of the West. Either way, you calling someone an N-word or a racial slur over a parking spot is wild. I would not advise you guys to go to her job. I would not advise you guys to go to her house, even though you guys have posted her address and her license plate. At the end of the day, karma gonna spin that block real quick. And when it does, don't get your ass on here crying talking about some I need help.
Okay, y'all, so did y'all see that video of a black woman and an Indian woman getting into it? They was arguing back and forth in the Walmart parking lot. And the Indian woman was, I think it was a Walmart parking lot. I don't know. Don't call me. But they was going back and forth. But the Indian woman was calling the black woman with the hard R. And she just kept calling her that over and over and over again. And, so now the Indians is racist. And they don't like black people. So that's what we're talking about here. So now they got a problem with black people. And you know what? You know what I think? I think that other ethnicities, because I'm not going to say other races because we're all humans, supposed to be. But I think other ethnicities that call black people the hard R think that they are YT. They classify themselves probably as YT. They feel like the YT people, they feel like they're one of them. And so, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because how are you as an Indian woman, which is a person of color, going to call a black person the hard R? It would have to be because you think that you're YT. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even really, you know what? Yeah.
This is Natasha Chan. And my issue with her is because of the color of her skin, she's not black. She's Indian. Her background is Hindu. But let me just say this. I grew up with a friend that was from Ceylon, which is a little island off of India. And my friend Prashanti was dark skinned. She was darker than me. This young lady is darker than me. And it pisses me off because although Indian people don't identify as being black, my girlfriend Prashanti very much told me, just like black people in the United States, light-skinned, dark-skinned people experience racism. She said that a lot of the actresses and people that are in entertainment, the lighter-skinned actresses, or they, put makeup to make their skin look lighter, get most of the business. And she said that the darker-skinned Indians experience a lot of racism. So why the hell would Natasha Chan get into an argument with a black woman and call her the N-word with the hard R, G-E-R, calling her a ninja over and over again, and then talking about her eyelashes, blah, blah. Like, why are you doing that? You would... Wow. I've never really heard of racism coming from Indians. Not really. But, it seems like everybody hates us.
Wrong now. What is it?
And to that Indian lady that was calling the black lady the N-word like repeatedly and talking about her appearance and her lashes, are you okay? I swear any other people that were thinking they're better than us because they're not black. Like, it's just funny because they have the same complexion. And she was literally, oh, get out my face, the N-word. Like, she keeps saying it, like saying it. And I'm just like, you really think you got a one up on us? And this is crazy. And I know not all Indian people are like that, but like most of them think you're better than us. Like almost all the race thinks you're better than any black person, honestly. And it's so funny to me. Like, wow.
Did y'all see that video? That video, that lady Natasha Hand calling that black woman the N-word? Not Natasha. Baby, your skin is about as dark as ours. And you got the nerve to be calling somebody the N-word? I guess you was feeling a little froggy that day. Right. Oh, pads Medicube. But baby, what made you think that was the thing to do and the way to go about it? Over a parking spot? So you thought it was okay to call that woman an N-word with your work badge on? Wait, what? Say who?
Okay, y'all, let's talk about this shit. Motherfucking Natasha Chan, bitch, couldn't have been me. Bitch, I would have snatched that motherfucker. Bitch, couldn't have been me. All that, girl, you was bad. You was jumping ship. That lady that was talking to you was good. Cause baby. From where I come from, your hair would have been through that window snatched, bitch. Your whole neck would have been off your body. And you would have been drugged through the whole motherfucking window. Calling me that and saying it like the way you was saying it with the ER real hard. Girl, you lucky. You got lucky. God bless you that day. But y'all need to go. We're going to take a stand. Y'all need to go ban this bitch. This bitch done made the news. She done made the motherfucking news. And she works at U.S. Bank, I think they say she work at U.S. Bank. Bitch, you around here calling people the N-word? A black woman, and you dark like that? Do you know you look dark like me? You look dark like that, probably that lady you talk to. You dark, bitch. Who the fuck think you talking to? Yeah. yeah. God bless you that time, bitch. You God bless. Yeah, that was a good one.
So by now we've all seen that video of that South Asian woman screaming the N-word at the top of her lungs. She said the word like 9 times in the matter of 60 seconds. As a South Asian myself, I watched that video and I was disgusted, but I was not surprised. Because if you're South Asian, you know at least one person in your vicinity or like outer circle that happily says the N-word like it's their God-given right. And those are the type of people, if you ever try to confront them, they will do everything but take responsibility. I remember one time at a family function, I was trying to tell somebody that they shouldn't be saying the N-word. They then made up a rumor about me and spread it throughout the whole community. So I'm not gonna lie, ever since then, I've always stayed away from people like that, but I do feel like as the sane ones in our community, we have a responsibility to make these people feel ashamed of their actions, especially because they go out and make us look bad. This is not what our community represents. We are so much better and smarter than this. It's honestly disgusting to see that people in 2025 will continue to say this stuff. So yeah, consider this my official petition to kick these people out of the group. If you know somebody like this, stop calling them, stop inviting them to your parties or whatever the heck. Make them feel ashamed for their actions.
Natasha Chan is a woman from Pinole, California who is going viral for all the wrong reasons. Natasha Chan was sitting in her car in front of a diner that Jocelyn Garcia and her twin sister exited. They got into a verbal argument, and Jocelyn Garcia was then arguing with Natasha Chan about getting into a fight. Natasha Chan then went on a rant and hurled the N-word around 9 times, emphasizing the ER at the end of the word. And she was continuously saying this word while she was throwing around other comments, other derogatory marks. And that's when they began recording her when she started using the N-word. So it's actually unclear how many times she said it off camera. Now, I think it's important to note that Natasha Chan is also a woman of color. She is of Indian descent. I mean, it wouldn't be okay even if it was a Caucasian person or, another person of color who was hurling this hatred towards another person. But just to make this even worse. And it seems like Natasha's got quite a rap sheet. She was just arrested in February for shoplifting from an Ulta beauty store. And now she's being charged with a hate crime, and as she should. Now I know people are going to come out of the woodworks talking about how she's got a mental illness or there's something going on. She's going through something. There's never an excuse to be such a hateful person. And of course, her social media accounts are closed now because she knows that once this video gets released, people are going to come looking for her. I really don't know why the racists have all of a sudden become so emboldened that they think they can go around throwing slurs around as if they mean nothing and as if there will be no consequences. I hope Natasha gets fully penalized to the fullest extent of the law as she deserves.
I'm sitting here going into the parking lot asking if you good.
Natasha Chand seems to not want to be working at Bank of the West much longer, that she thought it was okay to say this to a black woman over a parking spot. Ma'am, what? You willing to risk your livelihood over a parking spot? I don't know that Bank of the West is going to be able to keep you on the payroll with that kind of behavior, seeing as it's a bank and all. That does not look good. It don't look good for you there, dear. Are on the cusp, if we're not already deep in a recession, and doing things like this to no longer have income. I don't know if that's going to be approved, dear. Them walking papers, they seem to be coming. They seem to be coming left and right. If you don't want to be employed, just say that. Just say that. I mean, it will be much easier for you to just say, I don't want my job. Because why would you think this would be appropriate? Over a parking spot at that. It's never appropriate. But over a parking spot? Ma'am, really? Oh, child, I don't understand why you would think that using racial slurs are beneficial to the situation, but over a parking spot that don't belong to you? I commend this lady that had to deal with this for reminding her this is what you want. You want me to get out of control, but I got it. Top tier response for letting her know you have control of your emotions, even though she does not. That is such a beautiful way to get back at people. Let them know you are emotionally regulated, and then record them being unemotionally regulated. That's a beautiful, beautiful outcome for her. And you getting your walking papers because Bank of the West can no longer employ you. I mean, hey, it sounds like a win-win to me. I'm sure you won't do that one again, okay? Yeah.
So, guys, allow me to say this, and I'll pose a question to you. As a black person, why do you think that other races hate us? Why do you think that they hate us that so bad? Because if you look at this woman, she's not even yellow, she's not white, she's not Arab. This woman comes from South India. And we all know that people who come from South India in those small islands, they are melanated people. There is even a village in South India. They call that village Africa, because they know that they are black people and they come from Africa. And these Indian people in India, these black people in India, they experience racism, which is more crazier than racism in any other parts of the world. And I'm telling you this, I come from Kenya. We have so many Indians in Kenya, and Indians are racist. Take it from me, I'm telling you, Indians are racist. So when you see a melanated Indian woman being racist towards an African woman, there is nothing like a black woman or black people. It's African people. Let us be proud of ourselves. I really hate to use the word black, because blacks, like we said, but we are African people. We have our own complexion, which is very unique. You know, we have our very own, which is very cute and unique. Just look at, you know, it's just amazing. So the question is, why would a melanated Indian woman hate on a melanated African woman, African American woman? She was so insulting. I think people have taken the videos are really trending on TikTok, and the algorithm is really pushing the story of Natasha Chen. I've just bumped out of TikTok, and I decided, like, let me just make this video and let me talk about this issue. So it's really uncalled for and quite unfortunate to see someone who is like you, hating on you. This is someone who has self-hate. You don't love yourself. Now, Madam Natasha Chan, if you're going to see this video, just know that something that is wrong with you. Number one, you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. You need to stop hating yourself. Why are you hating yourself that much? Why is it that you hate yourself? What happened to you when you were growing up? I bet you guys, you do watch these Indian comedies, and you find that a lot of these content creators who are making these comedy videos from India are black people. The black people, people like you and me. What's the difference between they and us? Okay, I'll give you a story of why Indian people are racist. When you come to Kenya, I live in Nairobi. This is Nairobi. So there is the neighborhood just the other side, so far from here. It is Westlands. So in Westlands, I mean Parklands, sorry. In Parklands, it is a neighborhood that is primarily dominated by Indian people. And these Indian people, when you go there, if you have hair that looks like mine, you have a skin color like mine, mind you, this is not their country. But if you go to their neighborhood in Parklands, they don't want a native African person to rent. No matter how rich you are, no matter how you can afford that place, but they don't want you to rent there. They don't want. They'll call you all sorts of names. They'll call you monkey. They'll call you an ogre. They'll call you a baboon. All sorts of names. So this is nothing new to me. When I see Indian people reacting like this, it's something that like we are used to back home in Kenya. We're used to back home in Africa. I think there is a reason as to why. There is a story that talks about Amin Dada, the dictator. They say he was a dictatorial president of Uganda, and I don't think if Idi Amin Dada was dictatorial, because when you look at history, well, not the history that is being portrayed in the mainstream media or the history in the books that are written, the real history, the history from the ground. Idi Amin Dada really hated how Indian people treated Ugandans, especially the Baganda and the Banyoro. The Buganda and the Bunyoro. Or you can call them the Banyoro or the Baganda. It's the same one and the same thing. These are Bantu people just like me. You know, I'm a Bantu. So we have several things, our cultures are common, you know, we are common, just we are the same people. So Idi Amin didn't like how Indians treated Africans, especially the Buganda and the Bunyoro. And that is why he took over all their businesses and nationalized them all. To the Europeans, took their businesses and nationalized them all, and then he told them, move out of Uganda, go back to your countries. And I think a moment like this, it must repeat itself, because Indians are so racist. They'll put you through harsh, poor, catastrophic, devastating working conditions. Mention any other bad word that is not human, inhuman conditions in their factories, for them to pay you peanuts or meager pay. Those are Indians for you. So if you guys are getting, you're wondering how these people behave like this, it's in their blood. Indian people don't love black people. They hate them. And it's something that we must call them out for it. It's not supposed to be like that. I don't love Indian people. I mean, I do love Indian people. I do love black people, my African people. I do love Australian people. I love all the races. We all only have one race, the human race. And the human race comes from the African people. The human race originally started in Africa, and then they moved to other worlds. Today in the morning when I woke up, I was reading a story about a Chinese doctor who was doing some research, and he came to discover that they have traces in their DNA, they have traces from Africa. They are still black Chinese people. or African Chinese people, Afro-Chinese people. So why will Indians hate us? And they know that they come from us. This is something that I think we have miseducated ourselves, and for people like Natasha Chan, they're supposed to be educated more, because I guess she's working at the Bank of the West, and at her workplace, I guess too, she has workmates and colleagues who are black, who are Afrocentric. And when you see someone like her behaving the way she was behaving, spewing the N-word 10 times in 30 seconds, that's absurd. It's uncalled for. So people need to be educated and not misguided. I don't know what's your take on this, but I'd like us to have the conversation going on in the replies. And of course, I'll ask you most definitely, if this is your first time watching me, kindly make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like this video, so that you can suggest to as many people as possible. Leave a comment, because I'd like us to have the conversation going on. Don't forget to turn on post notifications, because every time I post new videos, like it, be the very first person for these videos. Thank you. It's a week in Africa. Let us all be enlightened. Let us all be awakened. I'm your host, Pam. Peace out.